When we surveyed the neuroscience community about priorities for the building, that came in as the top priority. And if I ever have an honor for having been the founding director of this institute, maybe that will be named after me when I die posthumously. We've been really focusing, our fundraising is really focused on the facility, on the building for the last year. We have very generous support from schools of medicine, engineering, and humanities and sciences, and we are working very hard to get the last naming gift in place for this building. The plans are with the county, and as soon as we get that naming gift in place, we will be able to break ground on this facility, which I hope will be within the next few months. So if any of you have any checkbooks with you, and you feel like writing a very large check, please see me afterwards. So we'll make that happen. In terms of new things that you can anticipate for the coming couple of years, like I said, we really focused very tightly on these three highest priority items. And in terms of new things that we're thinking about, and we would appreciate your input on, actually, we would like to form some kind of outreach to undergraduates. As far as you can see from what I said, we've really been focused entirely on graduate level, postdoctoral level, faculty level research and recruiting of human talents. But we have a lot of undergraduates here at Stanford who are very interested in neuroscience, and we're thinking about some kind of lab participation program for undergrads in the summer, and perhaps even something more formal, starting some sort of clubbing or sponsoring some sort of neuroscience interest meeting, one meeting per month. And if any of you faculty or postdocs would be interested in helping us out with such an organization, please send me or any other member of the XCOM email, and we'll take that into consideration. We also would like to expand our outreach. I mean, our mission is to be campus-wide, and while we've really focused on the scientific disciplines thus far, we do have relationships with school education, with school of law, and we would like to focus more and have more outreach into the humanities, for example, and even into the business school. So if any of you are interested in that kind of thing and would be interested in working with me or some member of the XCOM on that, please let me know. And then also, we have heard a lot of suggestions from people that it would be good for us and I have a retreat to get people off campus. The symposium is a wonderful event every year, but some suggestions that an off-campus event where we have more time to really mix things up with each other on a more extended basis, that might be a really good idea. So we're considering that, and if any of you have reactions to that, please get back to me. So that's it in terms of updates for news of the Institute, and I just want to sort of kick off our symposium today by thanking the distinguished speakers who have come both from within Stanford and from without Stanford to provide our program. I think I said last year, and I'll just repeat it briefly here, that the job of being director of the Institute has very few perks, but maybe the biggest perk, the one I like the best, is being able to plan the symposium, because with the input and advice from the XCON, also input from many of you, in the end, I get to shape this program to be the ideal program that I would really like to hear, and so I'm really looking forward to this today, and I am delighted with each of the speakers we have. It's a fantastic set of talks. We will cover the neuroscience waterfront all the way from molecular mechanisms of development and aging up through systems behavior, neural circuits and their relationship to behavior, and also how systems and circuit level insights can be applied in the clinic and modern treatment of disease, all the way to public policy and how neuroscience can or should that is not or is influencing drug policy in the United States, and all the way to insights from artificial intelligence and possible relationships to biological intelligence. And Tom Dean gave me a little very quick sneak preview of that this morning. He says he's going to say something controversial today, and leave plenty of room for question and answer so that we can discuss the controversial idea. So I'm really interested to see what that's going to be.
For more, please visit us at stanford.edu. Stanford University. Cheers. So actually, I think I'll just sit down now because I'm giving my talk. I'm kidding. So, I'm going to tell you about how we are trying to solve a problem that a lot of people said was ridiculous. And that is, how do we access and modulate brain circuitry in free moving human subjects with Parkinson's disease to develop precise targeted therapies. So, if I ask you to reach out and pick up a cup, or if you think of just getting up and walking out to get another cup of tea or something, you don't really think about it. So when we develop, we learn movement that we then store as automatic programs. For instance, when you're walking through a doorway or walking through a crowded mall, you really don't think about how you navigate. And many of you, like people in these photos, might have extended your motor exercise further to have well-practiced, more complex movements. And as you know, if you're in a performance situation or a race, you really don't want to think about those movements. You really want to just implement them. And I have been fascinated by how the brain does this since I was doing these very nasty ballet exams as a teenager, and ballet masters would just do this. And there was no words, and the music started, and we had to do it on point. And it was always marvelous to me that I actually did it without thinking about it. So I've always been interested in how the brain controls movement, but I'm also very interested in what happens when it goes wrong. And there's a disease called Parkinson's disease that was described by James Parkinson in 1817, and it's exemplified by this gentleman here, who has resting tremor, and he has slow movement, he has difficulty performing a simple figure-tapping task, and you can see that brings out the tremor on the other side. And he has difficulty rotating his hand, these are called slow movements or bradykinesia. But really what's really quite dramatic as the disease goes on is that in Parkinson's disease, people find it difficult to recruit not only complex movements, but these well-learned automatic movements that we take for granted, such as sitting out of a chair or walking. So this gentleman, you need two people to assist him. So about 100 years before it was discovered that in fact, due to degeneration of dopaminergic neurons in the midbrain, there was actually maladaptive neural activity in these deep regions of the brain called basal ganglia and in circuitry in the sensory motor network. So what are the challenges and opportunities if you want to go ahead and investigate what is the neural activity responsible for complex movement disorders such as in Parkinson's disease? And if you think about this like an engineering problem, then if you want to investigate something, the first thing you need is some computerized objective and validated output. So in the case of Parkinson's disease, you need to have objective validated measures of these complex movements in human subjects. And when I moved from my postdoc with Steve Lisberger, where I was studying motor learning of the vestibular reflex and primate, back to human, I found that the way we use to measure movement in Parkinson's disease was with clinical rating scales, which albeit were very good and comprehensive, were not really of the resolution needed for an engineering solution. How are you going to access and record neural activity in these deep regions in awake human subjects? And how do you measure both the neural activity and movement in real time in free moving people? And if you can do that, can you figure out what the neural signatures are of abnormal movement and use them to drive smarter, responsive, or closed loop neurostimulation of Parkinson's disease, which basically might act as a template for a wider range of neuropsychiatric diseases? So the first problem, one of the wonderful things about working with human subjects, apart from the fact that they're wonderful people to work with, is that they can do complex movement without much training, and many of the animal scientists here will understand what I'm saying. It takes a while to train a monkey to do a movement. But the problem is how do you measure complex movements quantitatively in the human, and then in neurological disorders that cause movement disorders? So for quite a while, and I can't show you all the data here, but we have been working on this in my lab, and we targeted the development of computerized objective measures of movement really to the clinical rating scale in Parkinson's disease that we wanted to measure. Fine motor control, which we initially did with a repetitive alternating finger tapping task, which is a trill, the fairly well-learned movement on a MIDI keyboard, and we subsequently developed and built our engineered keyboard. And from this, we can actually see all the movement problems that you see in Parkinson's disease. And actually, we validated this with the clinical rating scale, and this is actually one of the most sensitive ways of measuring even large-scale movement disorders. And we can measure tremor, we can measure bradykinesia, we can measure breathing behavior. We've been using wearable sensors for a very long time. We can strap them onto the limbs. We use them in the operating room, we use them in the clinic now, and we've always used, up until recently, a solid-state gyroscope because Jesus got a jump in my head that the brain codes for velocity, and so I've always measured a velocity measuring device. And we've also used dual force plates to measure more axial motor control in Parkinson's disease, such as balance, and now we developed the first metric for actually something called freezing the case, which I'll show you as we go on in this talk, where the patients are doing a repetitive stepping and safe task. We've done a lot of work and it's led to a lot of very interesting discoveries. So here are the challenges. Here's another lady with Parkinson's disease who's having great difficulty in that very automatic movement of getting out of the chair. And now you see as she walks, she has very short steps because she has postural instability. Her whole axis has to move without much aid swing. And you'll see that when she tries to turn, she freezes. And here are the challenges. Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurological disorder. It affects not only the sensory motor networks, but it also affects limbic or mood networks, associated networks of cognitive circuitry, and the autonomic nervous system. And how do you access this circuitry in a human subject? Well, here's the opportunity. Here's the same person about 6 months after she received deep brain stimulation, which is basically the implantation of a brain pacemaker. What we do is we implant a deep brain stimulation lead into the deep regions of the brain, and when we turn it on this lady not using any medication, you see that wonderful walking pattern look very normal. And so the reason that we they go deep into the brain, they're connected by an extension to a regular pacemaker-looking pulse generator or implanted neurostimulator. This is what Dr. Jamie Henderson, who has really pioneered the brain space, methods for targeting these deep brain structures, and here we are with wearable sensors on the patient's foot and arm, and we're moving all the joints of the contralateral limb and recording from the brain, and I'll show you that in a minute, in order to map out the sensory motor region. But as you know, this is a fairly challenging thing to do. Subthalamic nucleus is this little nucleus deep in the brain, and to do this work, even to do the clinical work, we have to go in with this fine microelectrodes and do extracellular recording from the unit in subthalamic nucleus. And from this we can get very nice single unit traces. We actually work in a Faraday cage as standard. It's a shielded operating room, so we have wonderful signal-to-noise ratio. And as you can see, here's the graphic of what I'm doing with mapping. It looks like I'm moving the foot, this is actually wrist extension, and here's the angular velocity of a rapid wrist extension movement, and the neuron I'm recording for is staying activated, and so I literally march up and down the body, and I can map out the sensory motor region. So that's the clinical piece. What we can also do is measure something called the local field potential, and that really is the local electrical network, and that could be absolutely coming in from other regions, but it's more of a meter scale type of electrical activity. And from now on, everything I will be talking about in this talk is the local in terms of the local field potential. So this work has been done extensively in non-human primates and in rodent models of Parkinson's disease and in humans, and it has been shown that in fact, in the frequency band of about 8 to 30 Hz, which is the canonical alpha and beta band, there appears to be oscillations and exaggerated synchrony in Parkinson's disease. Now, a lot of people jumped on this about 15 years ago and said, we have the first biomarker of Parkinson's disease, and we've approached this fairly skeptically. So we set out to do a prospective study of everybody who was coming through the operating room who consented, and after we placed the leads, we did what we call a resting state recording, and out of 130 FPNs, we actually found evidence of oscillatory activity in this beta band in all but one of them. And what is that? Well, here is a recording from here is the subthalamic nucleus, and here is the deep brain stimulating lead. So this is a tetrode, it has 4 electrodes on it, and we're basically looking in from the side here. And we can record directly from the lead, and here's the time 60 spectrogram, basically the hotter colors, the high power, and here the bottom traces from the most central electrode pair, the middle traces from set of electrodes 1 to 2, and the top traces from electrodes 2 to 3. And you can see that there seems to be increased power in this band here around the beta region. This is just a different way of describing this. This is basically a power spectral density diagram with power on the y-axis and frequency on the x-axis. Here's that ventral channel pair that it has not very much power in it. Here's that channel 1 to 2 that seems to have most of the power, and here's the dorsal pair that has less but still increased power. And so you would probably naturally say to me, well, how do you know this is not normal? And the answer is I don't. But in animal models, and actually there's still debate about this, but in animal models, there certainly doesn't appear to be such exaggerated oscillations in non-Parkinsonian rodents. But we don't normally do this kind of recording in people who don't have Parkinson's disease. But just to give you an idea, our brain wants to synchronize different parts of it together. That is how we function. We will transiently synchronize different regions of the brain to think that emotions to move. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to be locked in one frequency band of synchrony persistently and in an exaggerated sense. And this is actually, in my opinion, this is something that is not an all or nothing situation. So going through the talk, we may not want to completely wipe this out, but we do seem to want to lower this type of synchrony in the Parkinson's brain. So this received a lot of attention in the literature, and Peter Brown's group in London and in Oxford were some of the pioneers here. And what they did is they can actually externalize the lead after the operation room, and they can record from the deep brain circuitry in the days in between implanting the lead and then implanting the pacemaker. And so what they can do, the patient's still tethered, but they can give the patient their usual dose of medication, and they can ask whether in fact this bad guy, this beta arrhythmia goes away. So here's an example of the beta rhythm in the off-drug state, and you can see in the on-drug state it is attenuated, and in this situation it's attenuated in the beta regions, and actually there's a gamma band that appears. And this led them to say that gamma is prokinetic and beta is akinetic. And we were again very skeptical about this, and we said, okay, but there's another therapy that makes people better, and I just showed you that deep brain stimulation. So if you should see attenuation of this rhythm with deep brain stimulation as well. That was a little hard to do initially because you couldn't record the signals in the beta band during high-frequency stimulation because of the stimulation artifact. But once we solved that problem in our vertebrary and group did this first in Italy, we used an basically a filter, and we stimulated, it's a little small, but this is a diagram of the lead. We stimulated
在讲。